So folks, this is us moving on to the main event, the race. Welcome back here to LGE. I'm your commentator for this evening, Flea, and this is the main event of RTG. Thursday tier. This is a penultimate round of season 9, and we're here at Portugal in Portugal. So we are just moving on to the race now, as everyone is finalising setups, pit strategies, fuel loads, as we have just getting ready for the formation lap, and we'll have a wee quick look and see what tyres everyone's on. And it seems Winnieman is the only soft runner and Kieran is the only hard runner. Everyone else is on the mediums. Interesting. Now I'm going to keep an eye on day 2, as I'm expecting Winnieman to make several gains there coming up for the start of this Grand Prix, and we'll see if he is going to be able to do that, having soft tyres as an advantage, and make it them count in early stages of this race. So folks, if as we are getting ready to get underway for the start of this Grand Prix, we will have a wee change that to the position changes, and while we're waiting for this to get underway, please to leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and we'll try and feed you with the best content and entertainment possible. Now we are getting ready to start this Grand Prix. As we see, all the drivers are now lining up on the grid. Some of them, not so much, are enjoying doing their wee burnouts to get ready for this Grand Prix, but that's just their way of getting them tyres warmed up quickly. So let's see, this is the start of the Grand Prix. Here we go, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away for the start of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Let's see who's managed to get a good start. Kingston's managed to get a good start. He's moved up 1 place, and we're seeing Prof move down 3 places up to now. The Lee Craig and Wanted Noob are battling out side by side. Wanted Noob is managing to get the inside line for turn 3, and that's managed to move him up into P2. Nicely done there from the Williams driver. All these people are jostling back and forth for positions, and we're seeing Culver and AJ Baker are side by side, and then there's also Aki and Royal Rumble there just behind them. Aki and Royal Rumble are still side by side, and it appears that Aki's managed to make the position up coming out of turn 4 there. Nicely done there at turn 5, but we're seeing Prof has went and spun it around and sent it into the wall at turn 8. That's very unfortunate of the Mercedes driver. And let's see, and it looks like Joby Rennie is possibly got some damage. No, he doesn't. Oh, we're seeing John Holmes. What's happened to John Holmes? He has spun out at the final corner. Has he received any damage? I don't know. But he is continuing on. So we'll see what he is going to be doing later on. Oh, and Joby Rennie has just spun out there at turn 1, just getting, like I said before, getting too much on that apex, and on that little bump can hinder you and end up sending you flying out onto the runoff area. Now we'll see Kingsholm's losing a bit of time to Taylor Danny just up ahead, but still got him within sight. So it's still early days here in this Grand Prix. But we're seeing Paul Chuckle sailing away with this lead as he's already got the gap to just under 2 seconds now. Over Wanted Move, as Lee Craig and Wanted Move are still battling out for that second position. Paul Chuckle's going to be chuckling away to himself now, just thinking these two are fighting it out for second place when I'm sailing away for first place and getting the fastest lap of 120.8 on them medium compound tyres. Nicely done there from Paul Chuckle. We'll see some other action. We'll see if... Oh, it looks like Calvert is making the move on Aki for 9th position for turn 1, and they're still fighting it out around turn 2. They're still side by side, but this is going to allow Royal Rumble to move around the outside and switching it into the inside for turn 4. He's having to leave that a little bit around. They've both got the DRS going down into turn 5. We'll get the boards off right now, and it looks like Calvert's managing to stick it around the outside, but then Royal Rumble's managed to get him on the exit of having the superior inside the line. Nicely done there from Royal Rumble there, managing to procure that 9th position. Great fighting there from the Aston Martin driver. Now we'll move on and see how things are going for drivers further up the grid. AJ Baker's only 4/10 off of Kingsholm there. For now, the time's getting less as these two are coming quite close to each other. AJ Baker sticking right close to the back of the Alfa Romeo there, and we'll see if he's going to be able to make a move, as he will have this the DRS. And you see him, he's got that low front end, I think, as he was struggling to get around. He switches to the inside for turn 1, and it looks like he's going to have it. There may be a little bit of contact. No, there isn't. Using up all the track there, sticking it around that inside, around turns 1, 2 and 3. Nicely done there from the Alpha Tower driver, who's just moved up into 6th place. That Kingsholm won't be too happy about that and will be desperate to get back in front. But then again, there's Taylor Danny and Paul Jones Jr. who are battling it out around turns 5, 6 and nearly around turn 7 there. Nicely done from the pair of them, battling it out as hard as they can. The yellow flag in sector 2. We'll have a wee quick look flashback to who that is. That is Per Bowden at turn 5, who's unfortunately spun it, I think. Paul Jones Jr. sticking it still right at the back of the Haas of Taylor Danny. Yellow flag still in sector 2. The Ferrari of Paul Jones is getting ever closer to Taylor Danny. And you can see him eyeing up that position, desperate to get that 4th position. See Kingsholm and Royal Rumble, I think it was there. No, it was Aki and Royal Rumble, sorry. Royal Rumble's just managed to move up into 8th place. I'm sorry, guys, that I missed that. We're seeing the two McLarens following each other quite closely. They two will be helping each other get further up in this up this grid. We'll see. Okay, looks like he's having a wee look down the inside of Royal Rumble, decides better of it. But he's saying, look, I'm right here, I'm gonna go for you at some time. Kingsholm is quite close to the back of AJ Baker here. He'll be wanting to reclaim that 6th position. But we'll have a wee quick look at the tyre situation. Looneyman has only managed to gain 3 places on them tyres, and Kieran has gained 1 position on them hards. So there's not much difference between the tyres, as we see both Danny Apex and Looneyman swap positions now, and we'll probably be seeing quite a lot of that in the coming few moments, as both of them will be working together to get further up the field and get past as many drivers as possible. So we'll have a real look and we'll see that Aki is right on the tail end of Royal Rumble still, but it doesn't look like he's... Oh, checking in Blunts actually is going for a move on Calvert. He's having a look down the outside of turn 1 and it looks like he's not able to get the move to stick, unfortunately. But then again, he could have the better line going around turn 4. No, he doesn't. But then again, he's got the DRS coming to help him into turn 5. He's going to take the outside line. Is he going to go for a cutback? Nope, he's going to keep it stuck around the outside, and unfortunately that doesn't work out for the Alpine driver, and he is going to be staying in 11th place. Good defending there from the Red Bull of Calvert there. Imagine to keep that 10th position safe and secure. The closest battle on track right now appears to be from the Mercedes of Aki and the Aston Martin of Royal Rumble for 8th position. Doesn't seem to be many other battles here that are the second battle for second right now, which is about the same amount of gap, about 6th to 7th tenths roughly. But we're seeing Aki, is he going to be going for a move here? And it looks like he is. He's got close enough to Royal Rumble. See him having a wee look down the inside, and he decides better of it again. I think he could have went for a move there, just been a wee bit later on the brakes, but he decides better of it, playing it safe for now, not wanting to lose too much time. But then again, that is went and made him lose quite a lot of time to a Royal Rumble. We see Chicken and Blunts eyeing up Calvert again, as he's got the DRS, but he isn't able to make use of it as much, as he's not got a lot of ERS here, as we could see, folks. But we'll just sit on board with him for a minute and we get to see what this track is actually like. As you can see, it's just like a roller coaster, up and down every single corner. You get no break. There is so many elevation changes throughout this track. But we'll have a wee quick look at the tyre situation now, as it only appears that Bugatti Sloven is the only person who has pit right now. We're seeing John Holmes, Joby Rennie and Perrin Bowden all with penalties right now. Perrin Bowden and Joby Rennie with a 3-second time penalty, and John Holmes with a 10-second time penalty, which is going to hinder him quite a bit, as we are on lap 9 now. It appears that Paul Jones Jr. is caught up to the back there, but Aki and Royal Rumble, it seems Royal Rumble has spun out. Whether Aki came into contact there with Royal Rumble there going into turn 1, I am not sure, but it looks like Chicken and Blunts is going to go for the move again on Calvert, coming into turn 5. He is closer and further alongside here, but he's giving them that bit too much room. There's a little bit of contact on the exit as Calvert gets a little bit squirrely on the exit and gets a bit too much oversteer and not enough traction as needed. But that still allows him to keep the position. Although, as you can see, Chicken and Blunts is clearly the quicker driver right now, but unfortunately he's just not able to make it past the Red Bull right now, as he is doing a great job at defending and keeping his position and keeping the Alpine right behind him. We'll go back and we'll see Royal Rumble is battling it out with Danny Apex and Kieran right now. Kieran on them hard compound tyres, the white wall matching the colour of the car. But we're seeing Calvert and Chicken and Blunts swapping places. Chicken and Blunts has managed to get up into 9th position, nicely done there, and get the DRS. Nicely done there from him. As we've seen, is Royal Rumble going to go for a move with Danny Apex? He appears not to. He decides to keep that position. Nicely done. Good to see him possibly going for a move. Is the McLaren going to have any DRS? It doesn't appear so, as Calvert appears to be just a little bit too far ahead. And now it appears like the biggest battles right now are the battles for like 10th position. As you can see, it's from 9th, sorry, all the way to 13th. But we'll have a wee look and see how Paul, every time I go and change. There we go, Royal Rumble and Kieran are side by side, and Royal Rumble's managed to keep his position, but Kieran on them hards, they will be serving him quite well right now, as they will be just a little bit superior, I would reckon, by now. No, we've got on board Paul Jones Jr. Looks like he's going to be making a move soon. Nope, it doesn't. Go see Danny Apex going for a move into turn 1 on Calvert. Nope, but we've seen Royal Rumble going for a move. Kieran going for a move on Royal Rumble, sorry. And then that's moved Kieran up into P12. It seems that the hard compound tyres are starting to warm up now and start to come into their comfort zone. We're seeing Danny Apex coming around on Calvert, but Calvert taking that inside line at turn 5 yet again. But this time Danny Apex is too fly for that, and he's got him, and they're still side by side going around turn 7, but Calvert has to back out, and he's looks like he had a wee look there at a switch back around turn 8, but thought better of it, as the corner is quite treacherous and can throw you out. Now we're seeing Lee Craig actually slowly catch up to the back of Chuckle Brothers, who was actually quite a bit ahead. And we're seeing a yellow flag for, I think that's, I'm not sure who that is, but it looks like an Aston Martin of possibly Royal Rumble, is it? Or is it the guy Sloven? I am unsure. But we've seen Lee Craig catch right up to the back of Paul Chuckle here. And we've seen Calvert and Danny Apex swapping places again. They're side by side going around turn 2 and into turn 3. And Calvert's got the inside line for turn 4. Danny Apex manages to get the superior line though, and with the DRS is managing to carry a lot more speed down that straight. Hard braking into turn 5, Calvert on the inside line, and Danny Apex with a move around the outside. Phenomenal move there from the McLaren driver, which sets him back up into his 10th position. We'll see how wanted Noob is. He is right up the tail of the Alfa Romeo driver of Lee Craig here. And we're seeing these top 3 drivers are all within a second of each other. And we're seeing Paul Chuckle, baiting that he's away to go into the pits there. As we could tell, this is going to be about the time that these medium runners will be going into the pits and getting on their hard compound tyres. as it's most likely going to be a hard to medium to hard compound setup. And we're seeing it looks like Wanted Noob is just looking on at these two, battling it out, just trying to pick his move and make sure that he gets it right, and if he does, he could possibly get both of them done at the same time and move up into first place if possible. But out of these top three, who is going to be the first to blink? Who will be the first one to go into the pits and get on them fresh hard tyres? As we'll see in just a few short moments if any of them are going to be going into the pits and getting that much needed tyre change. But we'll go right down the grid to Kieran, as it looks like he is right up the tail of Culver Royal Rumble right now, but he's not able to make a move. But we'll see if Chuckle Brothers in the pits. Nope, none of them are into the pits. They have decided to all stay out. And we'll see AJ Baker and Aki are the first ones on the medium compound tyres to pit. Same with Danny Apex and Royal Rumble into the pits also. Seen Winnieman and Bugatti Sloven jumping in. So this is going to be the time. Are they going to make up any spaces? Is the undercut going to be successful here and superior? I'm not so sure. We're just going to have to wait and find out for the next couple of laps. We'll see if any of these drivers are going to be going to the pits anytime soon, as they're coming around the penultimate corner in just a few short moments. We're seeing Taylor Danny and Paul Jones Jr. Kingsholm just not that far behind them. So the top six are all within about 6 seconds roughly of each other. And we'll see Wanted Noob and Lee Craig and Taylor Danny into the pits. Ferrari Paul Jones stays out. Kingsholm goes into the pits also. He falls in Lee Craig, so we're going to see if Lee Craig is going to be able to get out of the pits in time for Kingsholm coming in for that double stack. Oh, and he just gets slowed up, but just like half a second there, unfortunately. Could that cost him a bit of time? Hopefully he manages to get out just in time, as there we go. He's comfortably got 8th right now. We'll see Wanted Noob is right on the tail of Lee Craig now. 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits for Perrin Bowden. That is a bit ludicrous there, mate, but you shouldn't be cutting corners. I think he will be away to get disqualified in just a few short moments if he keeps this up. AJ Baker making an excellent move around the outside of turn 7 and 8 on Kingsholm there. Kingsholm struggling to get them hard compound tyres up to temperature. AJ Baker, who pitted previous lap, has already managed to get them up a little bit more into their comfort zone. Wanted Noob and Lee Craig are still just trundling along, just trying to keep with each other. Paul Chuckle is into the pits. Is he moving yet? Yep, he's just started moving now. Is he going to come out in front of these two here? And he does. Sorry, there we go. And he does just manage to get out just in front. You see the AI car of John Holmes there, just in front. see that Perrin Bowden has left this session, so the only person who has not pit yet is Kieran on them old hard compound tyres. We got Sullivan on them old hard tyres, and Paul Jones Jr., who I recommend should pit this lap. Yep, and there he is into the pits. Now, do we think that he could possibly get up and get a good get out just in time for to stay in first? Possibly not, as we see Kieran's just passed him now. We're seeing him just coming to the end as Chuckle Brothers and Want to Do But just comes past. But we've got Taylor Danny just managing to get past there in the nick of time. Now we're seeing this great battle here for second place right now. Basically first place, as we've got Kieran just up ahead, who still has to pit on them 16 lap old hard compound tyres, checking in balance with 3-second time penalty. Got to be careful, guys, with exceeding them track limits, as you will get penalties and it will cost you a lot more than what you are gaining. As you see, Culver, just as I'm saying that, within a 3-second time penalty. Also, I'll go further down the field a little and we'll see Knudsen's still right on the tail of AJ Baker still. He's not letting him get too far away. We've got Sloven on them old hard compound tyres. I've seen how they're going to be doing against the fresher hard compound tyres of the Mercedes of Prof. As we are on lap 17 now, just gone on to lap 18, so we're over halfway through this Grand Prix already, folks. And it's Joby Rennie jumping into the pits now. Looks like Kingsholm. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. It looked like just made a wee bit of contact there with AJ Baker. That's going to be unfortunate, as they were battling it out for 7th place. I'm not sure if possibly AJ braked on the apex or if Kingsholm missed his braking point. That's probably going to be one for the stewards later on after this Grand Prix. So let's see how this battle between Culver and Danny Apex is going. It's still heating up. Oh, and there's a yellow flag at sector 2. That's at turn 5 there. It appears to be Joby Rennie, if I do believe so, on them fresh soft tyres. Obviously not got them up to temperature enough on this opening lap. Seeing Culver getting that DRS. Is he going to be going for a move on on Danny Apex, sorry. Nope, it doesn't appear like he's close enough. Same with Prof on the Looney Man and Bugatti Sloven, who is still yet to pick Kieran, who it looks like he is just about to be overtook soon from Paul Chuckle, as it looks like he's going to be able to get the DRS on the start-finish straight, as he will have the superior grip now as the tyres will come up. But then again, you just see him get the squirrely coming around turn 11 there on the exit. It's allowing Lee Craig to catch up and possibly go for a move now. But then again, is Paul Chuckle going to have the DRS? We'll find out in just a few moments. Yes, he is, and he's got clear air. But then again, Lee Craig is going to have slipstream also, but it's not going to be enough in order to catch up. We've seen Paul Jones moving up back into his 5th position. and we'll see Kingsholm move past. But then again, he gets past himself from Ake with the help of the DRS there. Now, are we going to see Kingsholm go for a move here? Nope, he's deciding better of it. But we've seen Wanted Noob still got the right at the tail of Lee Craig and Paul Chuckle here. Then again, Kieran and Danny Apex are side by side going into turn 5 right now. Danny Apex on the outside, Kieran on the inside, and it looks like Kieran has lost that position to Danny Apex and was not able to keep that position there, and has moved down to 11th place. He's got Calvert right behind him on them already warm hard compound tyres. Kieran's going to be trying to get medium tyres up to temperature and get them into the optimum operating temperature. We'll see who else is close by. We've got Wanted Noob on the Lee Craig still just trailing. Choco Brothers just in the lead there. We'll have a wee quick flash through and see if there's going to be any moves, as it looks like Kieran could possibly go for a move on Danny Apex into turn 1. So it looks like he's got a superior speed, straight line speed, going into turn 1. Oh, and there's a little bit of ghosting which helped a little to carry the speed, but it looks like Calvert is having a look down the inside, but now this is unsettled and we're going around turn 4. This is going to allow Royal Rumble a move into turn 5, but Royal Rumble doesn't manage to get alongside enough, and he has to stay behind. Calvert manages to successfully defend. He's doing good at defending, going into turn 5 there, just taking that inside line and making sure to push him out wide, and there you have it. Prof right on the tail of that McLaren of Looney Man there, making sure not to let him get away, as he is on them older hard compound tyres that are 12 laps old. He moved on to them quite early, as he started on the soft compound tyres, I do believe. So we'll see that he is getting on quite nicely there for being on them old tyres. He's doing a soft hard in this race, it appears. But it looks like Prof's going for a move into turn 1. He looks down the inside. He'll go a bit later on the brakes, but then he gets unsettled there by hitting that yellow curb on the inside of the apex. Oh, and there's nearly contact there, but there was a little bit of lag, so we'll let him off with that. No one else is close enough to make them overtake to each other yet. But it looks like Prof could possibly be looking for a move any time now, but he's playing it smart, playing it cautiously, being patient, and waiting just for the right time to just strike. Let's move up to AJ Baker, as it looks like he's right on the tail of Kingsholm, just ahead. Remembering just at turn 3 not too long ago, they two had it coming together, and it looks like Kingsholm lets him past as a sign of goodwill, as to say sorry about that, realising that he was at fault, I think. So there we go. This is going to be a replay and see how these two should have went. Oh, and Calvert and Royal Rumble were side by side. Royal Rumble manages to get around the outside of turn 1. Nicely done there from the Aston Martin driver. We've got 10 laps left of this Grand Prix. Not too long now. And we'll see Bugatti Sloven just set the fastest lap of the race on them medium compound tyres, 119.827. Nicely done from him, but unfortunately it doesn't look like he's going to be going anywhere and getting in, even in the top 15, because he is 23 seconds behind Prof, who's in P15. Only way you'd be able to get back up is if there was a safety car. Unfortunately, we do not see that happening anytime soon. But then again, this is Portugal, and some of these corners do tend to chew you up and spit you out into the wall. We'll have a wee look back at the starting top three, weaving side to side, trying to break that slipstream. Lee Craig just following in Portugal's footsteps there, making sure to stay within that slipstream to keep gaining as much time as possible and reducing the drag and increasing airflow over and around that Alfa Romeo to gain as much speed as possible in order to catch up to first place here, who is Portugal, who, like I said, is the champion right now. And we'll see who else is close by each other. Calvert and Royal Rumble still battling out, they're still really close to each other. These two can be quite deadly together. They are quite equal on pace, but we've also got Prof and Looneyman. They're battling out, but then just up ahead we've got Calvert, Royal Rumble and Danny Apex. Kieran on the medium tyres has managed to start flying away in that 11th place, and in that 10th place, sorry, and he is went and got a good 3.5 second gap. Calvert on the other hand is still battling out for that in 13th there, with Danny Apex and Royal Rumble just ahead, and it looks like Royal Rumble just getting the car a little bit unsettled coming through turn 1 there. He's looking to get a good line going through turn 4, but unfortunately it doesn't. Oh, and we see Joby Rennie with a 3-second time penalty and another one. Oh, and Prof's around at turn 8. There's been contact between him and the Looney Man. Is there any damage? Prof has lost the front right end plate. Now, is he going to pit? As this could be a good time to pit, as he will, sure enough, he'll lose the position to Looneyman, but then again he could go for the fastest lap here if he jumps on a set of soft tyres now. What's he going to do? Royal Rumble has been overtaken by Calvert for that 12th position again. These two have been battling out this whole race, managing to keep just in front there. Nicely done there from Calvert, moving up into that 12th position. Prof into the pits. He's going on to a set of fresh medium compound tyres. Now I reckon he will still be able to get the fastest lap on them, as he is going to have a significantly less fuel than who was it that got the fastest lap? It was Bugatti Sloven 5 laps ago. 3 laps ago, sorry, so he will have a few laps less fuel by the time comes around. Got to say, nice view here from the helicopter here, showing a great view of the cars battling out around the final corner of this Portuguese track, coming onto the straight now. DRS is wide open now. Is he going to be able to make the move on AJ Baker? He's closing in. He's not able to get close enough though, but there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? I can't see, unfortunately, but then again we'll stay with Kingsholm, as it looks like he's going to be able to possibly make a move soon. No, he isn't. He's not able to get close enough just yet to that back of that Alpha Tauri. It's the battle of the Alphas here. We'll see which one truly does reign supreme and which one will prove to be the true Alpha in just a few short moments here, as these guys are starting to come to the closing stages of this Grand Prix. So we only have about 6 laps left remaining, as we're just going into lap 28 now. We'll see how Kingsholm is going to be doing, as he's got AJ Baker just ahead of him. And will he be able to utilise the DRS to his advantage, or will he still be playing it patient? We've seen Calvert and Royal Rumble again swapping places. Oh, and there's been contact. Royal Rumble is going around the final corner. There was contact between Calvert and Royal Rumble there, and Royal Rumble has been spun out, which is unfortunate of the Aston Martin driver, after they two have been battling out so well this whole race. We've seen Chicken and Blunt right up the back of Kingsholm here, as him and AJ Baker are still battling it out for that 7th position here. Well, while we're here, we'll have a wee quick look at position changes right now. It looks like Danny Apex is the one with the biggest gains right now, as he's moved up from 19th position to 11th, up 8 positions. So nicely done from him. And we'll have a wee quick look at the tyre strategies right now. It appears that the only one on the medium compound tyres in the top 10 is Kieran right now on them 8-lap old medium compound tyres, and we've got Bugatti Sloven and Prof on them mediums as well, and Joker Jenny at the back of the grid on the soft compound tyres. We'll get back to this, and here we go. Will we see any more overtakes anytime soon? I hope so, because these guys are really close, and it looks like there's going to be... Oh, Kingsholm getting a little bit squirrely there at turn 4 there, and he's going to have to be extra careful. As you can see, Chicken and Blunt's just right behind him. He's going for that inside the line, but realising that the door's always going to shut, Chicken and Blunt has to back out and sides better of it, and they're just going to have to be patient, as there's not long left in this race. Wanted Noob having a look down the outside around turn 14 on Lee Craig, and then switches it back to the inside, and they're side by side. Nicely done there by Wanted Noob. He manages to get that place and secure the 2nd place. We'll have a wee quick look at penalties right now and see how this is going to affect them. They've both got 5-second penalties right now, and Wanted Noob gets overtook. Lee Craig moves back up into 2nd place, managing to keep that with the aid of the DRS there. We'll have a wee quick look, and it looks like Chicken and Blunt is going to move around the outside at the final corner on Kingsholm, and he doesn't manage to make it. Unfortunately, Kingsholm managed to keep that position in 8th, but we're seeing Kieran, I think, was having a wee look down the inside of Chicken and Blunt's into turn 1 there, and you're seeing all these 4 drivers battling out for 7th place. Oh, and we're seeing Chicken and Blunt is at the wall. He's crashed out at turn 4. Now, is this going to be a safety car? It is. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. Is anyone going to pit? Are we going to be seeing anyone jumping in and getting a quick tyre change? Paul Jones Jr. is in the perfect opportunity to jump into the pits. Prof has received a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and we'll see if any of these drivers are going to jump in and jump onto the superior, softer compound of tyre. We'll see Prof is definitely one of them. Jacob Bros decides better of it, so does Lee Craig. Wanted Noob as well decides nope. Taylor Danny also nope. Paul Jones Jr. stays out also. that's interesting. I would have expected him to go in, as he's got 15 seconds to Aki behind him. So that would have been plenty of time to get in and get a pair of soft compound tyres on and keep that position. But see, Aki does jump into the pits. AJ Baker will move up a position, I think. So will Kingsholm. Nope, Kingsholm goes into the pits also. He's going to lose a good few positions here. Is this an intelligent thing to do? I'm not so sure, as he's going to lose quite a bit of time. Then again, there's a few other people just behind him who have also jumped into the pits. So I think this may be a last lap sprint for the lead here, as a few people have came in and got the fresh compound tyres. Oh, safety car is in this lap. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. All these people who have just lost a significant amount of time. They are going to need to boot it in order to get back up. But will they be limited in getting back? As the leader, Paul Chuckle, will be wanting to start this Grand Prix right back up as soon as possible. We'll see, is any moves going to be made? It doesn't look like it. It looks like a lot of the drivers who are on them soft compound tyres have lost out quite a bit of time there, unfortunately, between each other and pitting so late in the race. Unfortunately, the tyres will take a lap to get started, and they've only got a lap and a half remaining here, folks. Wanted Noob is in third place, still eyeing down Lee Craig, and Lee Craig's still eyeing down that first place of Paul Chuckle, and they're still battling it out. We'll go on to Danny Apex, who is right behind Kieran in the Haas, just up ahead, and AJ Baker, who's done quite well on them tyres, has moved quite nicely up into 6th right now, with a few people pitting. Now it doesn't look like there's much action right now. They're still quite close together, but unfortunately Wanted Noob is only 2/10 away. But is he going to be able to get enough to get ahead? It doesn't look like it. They're all using as much of their ERS battery as they can. Aki with the fastest lap of the race, 1:19.7. I suspect that's a way to change in about 19 seconds time. There we go, just as I suspected, a 1:19.455 by Kingsholm on them soft compound tyres. Is Calvert going to be able to change that? Calvert does with a 1:19.03. Is Royal Rumble going to be able to change that? We'll see in just a few short moments time. In about 5 seconds, is Royal Rumble going to be able to change that? No, he doesn't. Linnyman is just 7 seconds after that. Is he going to be able to put in a faster lap? Nope, he doesn't. So there you have it. That's going to be they all put in their fastest lap. So we're on the final lap right now. We're seeing Danny Apex and AJ Baker battling out around turn 10 and 11. Danny Apex is going for the move into turn 14. Takes that Apex nicely. Aki makes up the move on AJ Baker there. Nicely done. He sees an opening and goes for it. And we're seeing it comes across the line to win the world champion Paul Chuckle, and then we've got the reserve driver of Paul Jones Jr. coming into P2. Kieran lands it in P3, nicely done from him. And we've got Lee Craig in P4, Wanted Noob in P5, Danny Apex in 6th, Aki in 7th, Taylor Danny in 8th, 9th is AJ Baker, 10th was Kingsholm pitting on to them soft tyres near the end. Unfortunately lost him a good couple of places. Got Bugatti Sloven in 11th, Calvert in 12th, Looneyman, oh no, Looneyman is still coming around, he's in 13th right now. Let's see, he's got no penalties, so he should be alright. There we go, Royal Rumble comes around. And I think he has run out of fuel near the end of this race. And he has, yep, so there we go, that's it folks. That is the end of this Portuguese Grand Prix. And I have been your, this has been an excellent race, I've got to say. Driver of the day is a close one, I would say. It's got to go to probably either Kieran or Danny Apex. I'd probably say give it to Danny there, as he done phenomenal battling the whole race, managing to move up to from 19th to I think it was 7th in the end. But there we go, there's the first, second and third there of Paul Chuckle, Paul Jones and Kieran there. Nicely done from the three of them. And there we go, we'll have a wee quick rundown there. We've got Paul Chuckle, Paul Jones, both in the Ferraris there, getting first and second. Nicely done there from the Ferrari boys. We've got Kieran there, who moved up 10 places up to P3. Nicely done from Lee Craig in 4th. 5th was Wanted Noob. Danny Apex in 19th position, from 19th position to 6th. Nicely done from him, he gets my driver of the day. Aki in 7th, Taylor Danny in 8th, AJ Baker 9th, Kingsholm in 10th, Bugatti Slow in 11th, Calvert 12th, Looneyman in 13th, in 14th is Royal Rumble Prof in 15th, John Holmes in 16th, who I think he was away for the majority of the race, and we've got Joby Rennie, Chicken and Blunts, who crashed out and DNF'd just a few laps to the end, and Per Bowden, who unfortunately didn't finish this race either. So there you have it folks, that is the end of the RTG Thursday tier round 9, season 9. I've been your commentator, Flea, and I'll catch you all later.